You want some food? I know you do. That's why you're at the glass like that. Well, it did bring you some. What's up, HVAC repair guy? How you doing, buddy? Hi, Kathy Rebuilds. Here. Yeah, I love him. He's cool. I don't really see how much bigger he's getting, but my kid keeps me up to date. Every weekend when he comes over, he says, "Man, he's getting big," and then I kind of have to look at him for a few minutes. But yeah, they are pretty fish. He's only about half grown. And I got three. I don't know if you could see him with the glare. Three of those little Raphael catfish to help clean up the mess he makes, because he does make a mess when he eats. They're pretty good janitors. No complaints. Yeah, there's three of them, but they like to hide out in there. Move these food containers. But yeah, they like to hide out in the little caves under the rock. Hi, Spirit. Under the rocks. They don't really hang out in the flower pot. There's a lot of room under there, but they don't hang out in there. I think they like tighter quarters. One pretty much has this all to himself, and the other one hangs out behind the potted plant back there sometimes, but two of them share this most of the time. But they're pretty cool. The catfish are really interesting if you can catch them out, but they're usually out right before I turn the lights off and all night, and then right before I turn them on. But very rarely are all three out visible when the lights are on. You want some mealworms now? This guy's stomach is a bottomless pit. Now he wants some more. Yo, Hunter, what's up, buddy? Oh, yeah, new puppy is awesome. We got a 20-year-old miniature pinscher, and Rebel's got to be 10 now. Mutt. But I'm looking to get a big dog. When these two guys go, my next dog will be a bigger breed, or a Boston Terrier, because I love Boston Terriers. They got that big dog personality in a small package. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. My mother-in-law always had shepherds, and Jake, the last one they had, looked like a fucking black bear. He was 130 pounds, and the only tan on him was on his feet. But massive dog, very protective. I couldn't stand too close to my girlfriend or my mother-in-law when I was in the house with the dog. He wasn't like growling and barking at me, but he would push between us and stand in between us. So at least we had the width of the dog, which was probably about, I don't know, 16 inches across the shoulders. He was a massive German Shepherd. Okay, so you ate 4 and, well, 3 and some of one of the mealworms. Oh man, you're gonna have a smart dog, Kathy. I work for a guy that wasn't that bright, but he had 2 border collies and they tore his fucking kitchen up. He tried locking him in the kitchen. They dug up the linoleum under the kitchen table and peed right on the plywood. He tried keeping him in the mud room off the kitchen, out the back door, and they dug through they dug through the drywall. And I go over to his house to fix this shit, and 3 of us go over, and only one can go in with the smell of ammonia coming off of the kitchen floor. Once we ripped the linoleum up, was unbearable. We didn't have respirators, so one guy would go in at a time and work for about 3 to 5 minutes and come back out. Then I asked my boss, I said, why do you have dogs that are smarter than you, dude? There's nothing you can do that's going to keep these dogs from being destructive, unless you give them something to herd. They're border collies, for Christ's sakes. They like to have a job. They like mental stimulation and physical exercise, not running in a 40 by 20 kennel all day. The fish are all good. Some of the plants in the tank downstairs are getting too long. Well, this one is too. Yo, Monkey Man, what's up, buddy? But this vine goes all the way across my room. You can see the browning leaves because I haven't given it anything to root into along the way. So the only nutrients is coming from the roots that are in that fish tank. And yeah, so I'm going to have to chop these. And one downstairs is dropping leaves left and right. One of the pothos. And it looks sparse because there's a whole 3-foot section with no leaves between where it comes out of the tank and where it ends. I might chop it and propagate it. I don't know. Vinny ain't gonna answer you, Hunter. I timed him out for 24 hours. The information he was sharing was better left to himself. Yeah, this one is less of an ecosystem. It's as much as it can be. He'll tear up most plants that I put in there. Like this pothos I have on just a 1-inch thick slice of pool noodle to float around there, but I have it wedged under the brace so it doesn't move, but he keeps moving it around. I'm trying to find a spot where he'll leave it alone. But the other 2 tanks, the 40 gallon, which is down here. See, I even got lily pads from my dwarf lilies in there. But this is more of an ecosystem. It's got a whole bunch of plants growing in the dirt in the tank, and it's got a bunch of house plants growing on the surface. So it keeps it really clean. The plants really do a lot of the work for me. I got to top it off every week with a few gallons. This one takes about 5 when I have to top it off. and so does the big one downstairs. But that's about it, really. This one, though, I do a water change. I do take out 25% of the water. I even have a little mark on the tank so I know when to stop pulling water out. Yo, R&D, what's up, bud? But that's just because this has less plants and he's a messier fish. Good for her then, Hunter. I wish I had luck like that. I lose every time I gamble. Nice. Free hot rod is always good. It's going, Hunter. Staying busy, trying not to fuck around outside too much in the heat. It's been nice the last couple days, though. I got some shit done, yard work and such. I had to take apart the little bog I had outside for my carnivorous plants because I left them out last year hoping that they would survive the freeze, but we got like 2 weeks of below zero and they froze solid and it killed the roots. So next year I think I'm just going to start over, get some more fly traps and pitcher plants to put out there, maybe dig a hole and actually make a little pond out there for them this year, so hopefully they don't freeze solid. Or I could just do it in a big cement tub and put them in the basement again like last 3 years. Got one east-facing window, gets just enough light. Well, yeah, in summertime, but you leave them out in the wintertime. Or you can if you do it right, but I didn't do it right. Hi, Cindy Lopez. It's good to see you, sweetie. I hope you're feeling well today. But yeah, I got lazy and I didn't take the concrete mixing tub down into the basement like I usually do. Thought I'd get lucky, but I didn't. If I ever get a day when it's quiet, I'll live stream the tank downstairs with the angelfish. There's a little more movement in that tank. The 40 gallon seems to have gotten shyer. The fish used to come to the front of the glass when I had it where this one is sitting, but Yeah, Hunter. Using YouTube to meet uh, possible love interests is like picking up chicks at the fucking insane asylum, bro. Or men. Yeah, it's a grab bag, to put it lightly. I mean, you can see how most people act around here. Yeah, yeah. Best not to be looking for love, bro. You're looking for a reason to go to therapy, have at it. But other than that, I would just not even try. Hookers are still a thing, dude. I mean, I'd rather pay for it financially than emotionally and with mental trauma. Christ's sakes. Hello, LWR. How are you? But yeah, you can look around and see the results of the matchmaking done on YouTube. It's never pretty in the end. Hello, Tina Cortez. Trying to let my Oscar do all the work for the live stream, but he likes to sit still when I want him to move, and vice versa. Feels a little self-conscious, I think. Plus, I fed him too, so he probably don't want to move too much. Yeah, he's never lacking for food. He gets two scheduled in quotations, feedings and a couple of treats if he starts coming up and looking, especially like he's hungry. Yeah, I don't much notice new length on him, but I do notice he's getting thicker. He's definitely getting more dense. Don't focus on the root. There you go. But yeah, he eats good. I'm kind of happy he slowed down a little bit on the growth. It started to worry me for a little bit. Thank you, Cindy. He adores anybody that comes up and gives him food. Oh yeah, he still does, Hunter. Sometimes he does it like I'll hold my hand over the tank to till he comes over, you know. But sometimes he's really hungry. Like first thing in the morning, he'll jump right up and out and try to take the pellets right out of my hand. Like I've literally dropped them as he was coming out, and like fucking six of them went right in his mouth. Yeah, he'll still come up out of the water. I thought he jumped out the other night. I think a root or something, or maybe one of the catfish spooked him, but he like turned at the surface, and I heard a weird kind of sploosh, and I wasn't even looking for him in the tank. When I heard that, I jumped up and got the flashlight. I start looking around behind it and down on the floor, and yeah, he was still in there. Something just spooked him. I mean, he's the biggest thing with the biggest mouth in the tank. There's nothing in there that can hurt him or eat him. I don't know what the fuck he got scared for, but hi, Logan's Cool Reptiles. Thanks for stopping in. Uh, the Oscar's here somewhere, but yeah, he doesn't cooperate. I gotta build a shelf or something in front of the stand. Oh, it's an Oscar cichlid, and they're not out, but I got 3 striped Raphael catfish in there too. And I got a little, 40-gallon community tank down here. Um, just common, easily available community fish. And I got an angelfish tank downstairs. I do have 3 ball pythons and very basic setups in the other room too. Those are all rescues. I've had one for 16 years and 6 and 8 respectively for the other 2. Or actually 8 and 10. Yeah, 8 and 10 for the other 2 now. Yeah, I'll definitely stop in later, Cindy. Our little dog Rubble was kind of a rescue. These people had dogs that didn't belong having dogs, and they had puppies, and he was the one they couldn't get rid of. And my girlfriend mentioned that we should get a puppy, and I think she was thinking something bigger, but he was so damn cute, and I really disliked those people, so I took him. Well, I disliked the wife. The husband is cool, and the kids were cool, but they really didn't need a third dog. My aunt just fucking messaged me 2 days ago to see if I could take her friend's husband's ball python because he was just diagnosed with stage 4 brain cancer, I think she said. But I got 3 already and nowhere to put another cage or tank. Not at the moment. Yeah, ball python. They're a smaller species of python. My biggest one is, I think, just 5 feet and full grown. She's not going to get any. Well, not a whole lot bigger, not noticeably. Yeah, I researched a little bit because I've always had dogs and cats, so I didn't want anything that could eat my cat or kill my dog or potentially eat my dog when it's big enough. So I tried to stick with smaller species of snakes. Sometimes I'll take them out in the grass for like an hour or so if it's really warm out. They're not necessarily a species of python that needs like to be out in the sun. They're more nocturnal and they live in burrows usually, or termite mounds, and they stay in them all day usually. But yeah, I take them out sometimes. Sometimes my niece and nephew want me to bring them over to them and let them play with them, so I bring them over. Well, her son had a bearded dragon when I met her, and she wasn't like really afraid of snakes, not like she is of spiders and rats and mice, but she wasn't really comfortable around them. But she is an animal lover, and I already had the one snake when I met her, and a turtle at that point. Um, but she was pretty cool. She came over and she held the snake a few times. She brought her younger son because he was the one with the reptile uh, fixation at that point. He came over and hung out with it, and then she let me get the other ones pretty much like the same way because people were just like abandoning these things. My buddy called me up. His neighbor abandoned the first rescue. I actually rescued 4. I gave my friend one because it was a pretty young one and in pretty good shape, and the people didn't want it, and he wanted it for his stepkids. So I hooked him up with that one, and then the other one, the people were just buying like 10 live mice a month, and they would drop 10 mice in there at once, and she would eat what she would or what she could hold, and then they would have anywhere from like 4 to 5 mice left. No, they don't get too big. Our bearded dragon was like a foot long, maybe. And they're super cool. They get really tame if you put the time in, and it don't usually take a whole lot. They're very food motivated, much like this fish. But yeah, so then them people would take the live mice that the snake didn't eat and just let them go outside. So I was like, yeah, it's better you don't have any kind of thing that requires, specialized feeding. But yeah, she's cool. It's just a matter of room. Like, I want to get a bigger fish tank for the Oscar already, and she's like, we don't have the room right now. I'm like, I know, but I still want to get it. I could put it in the basement or put it out in the garage. But yeah, she actually, I literally had the 20-gallon set up and got fish in it. And the first night we sat there looking at it, yeah, I don't know why they didn't save them, Hunter. I guess they didn't want to take care of them for a week or two. But yeah, we're looking at the 20-gallon with the fish in there, and she's like, well, if you could get a bigger fish tank, what size would you get? Because your birthday's coming up. And I'm like, well, I would get probably a 40-gallon because of space. But I told her an Oscar tank is what my epitome would be if I could get whatever I wanted. And she let me get to that point. So she don't mind if I get a 6-foot fish tank. But I'm practical, and that's as big as I could go. Not really. I mean, if you buy the pre-killed frozen ones, which is the thing to do, like, people don't, other than breeders, don't generally feed live rodents. I want to breed my own, but Allison is afraid of rodents, and I don't want to build a temperature-controlled room in my garage just to breed some rats for 3 snakes. I'd only need 1 pair of rats. But that's extra work too, with 3 fish tanks and 3 snakes and 2 dogs, the cat. But you could get them pretty cheap if you know someone who breeds them to sell them as food, or you find like a place that breeds them for medical research. I know of a place like that in the next county over from me, but I don't. Look, I need 3 a week, and Allison's afraid of rodents. I can't just put them in the freezer with the fucking chicken and the hamburger, And I don't want to buy a special freezer to keep full of rats. But I get them for like $7 a piece for a large rat. and I only need to get 3 of them a month. But if you get them from someone who sells them, you can get that same rat for like $1.50 or $2. You just have to pay shipping, and that only makes sense if you get like a year's supply. But yeah, she won't let me bring any live rodents in the house, and I can't keep pre-killed frozen ones. I'm in New York. I'm about, fuck, I don't know, 80 or 90 miles north of New York City, Jersey. Yeah, I really don't like the thought of dead rodents in the freezer, whether or not they're in vacuum sealed bags or not. Like, yeah, it's just not something you want to open your freezer and look at. Oh, we still have some traps. A few years ago, I don't know what the fuck happened, but we had some rats get into the basement, and I think it was when the neighbor lady went away on vacation. Her mother lived in the house, and she passed away a few years ago, and they were not mowing the lawn for about a month, like 3 summers ago, and we had some get into the basement. And yeah, we had to get rid of them fuckers. We used to have a lot of stray cats around here too when the old lady lived there, because she was feeding them. And that kept the rodent population way down. Are you really looking for more handouts, fish? Yep. Maybe. No, you don't want the pellet. No, I think the cats being gone. All right, good night, Kathy. And the fact that their yard was overgrown, like it was almost, like it was mid-thigh. Like the grass was tall. They had to have a guy come from a landscape company with a walk-behind sickle bar mower to cut it the first time after they came back around. Yeah, I figured as much. You want some of these, fucker? You look like you're prowling. Oh, boy. Oh, fucking shit. Who's that? Yo, Colt 49ers, what's up, bro? How are you doing, buddy? These guys just chill out for the most part, unless there's something in there to eat. I got a shitload of those assassin snails, all them striped fuckers. I started out with a dozen, and I put them in my fish tanks to kill the pond snails, and now I don't have that many pond snails, but I got a shitload of those assassin snails. Yeah, same old shit, Colt. Trying to stay out of trouble. Yeah, and then this guy, I don't have any. Well, I have a few of those assassin snails and some pond snails, but that's all plant roots. Those are some plants I want to try tying off to some rocks and putting in with the Oscar. I don't think he'll fuck them up too much, and they'll be tied to rocks, so he can't move them. But those are Anubias plants, which they grow kind of like this one, which isn't supposed to be an aquatic plant, but it grows like that underwater. But yeah, I could tie those two off to something in here. I could also try those lily pads, but I think he would grab them and pull them out of the fucking ground. So the house plants at the surface is about the best I think I'm gonna get. Come on, dead leaves. Yeah, I gotta say too, as much as I would like to change my ghetto ass pump setup, that thing works pretty good for a flower pot and a couple of ice cream buckets, some plumbing pieces. It's keeping the water clear. Parameters are stable, so I can't ask for more than that. Yeah, pretty much, man. Do it yourself. I found some pumps for cheap, so I had to get two to create enough flow. But yeah, they're working. I'm going to get a bigger one to replace them and make one of those for water changes. And I think I'm going to flip one upside down and make it for a surface skimmer. Hi, Brooklyn, babe. It's always good to see you, sweetie. There's the fat boy. Yeah, I don't know where to get them anymore. Colt, I haven't smoked cigarettes in 8 years, 9 years. Been vaping. Shit, I only recently found out Lucky Strikes is making a filtered cigarette. Yeah, he eats good, and I got this handy dandy ass tool. It's got interchangeable heads. It's got a scraper on it, or for it. It's got a net, uh, like a 3M scrubby pad, but it's kind of like a cat litter scoop, and it works really good. I use a net in this thing, and whatever this doesn't catch, it floats into the net. Works really good. Best $8 ever. Man, my little brother started when he was like 6, stealing mom's smokes. I remember he tried hiding it. He threw the fucking lit cigarette right in the garbage can and ran out the back door. And fucking uh, 10 minutes later, the fucking thing was burning. And mom didn't smell the cigarettes. She smelled that fucking garbage fire. I didn't smoke weed till I was probably, I think, 17, or just before I turned 17. I was like 21 or 22 when I started smoking tobacco because I was on probation and couldn't smoke weed. And I would puff on cigars once in a while, and I accidentally inhaled a little bit and got a wicked fucking head rush. So every now and then I would just inhale a little puff of cigar smoke to fucking keep the desire to want to smoke pot away. It didn't really work, but it ended up fucking making me a cigarette smoker. Yeah, I was running with those kids, but I wasn't smoking cigarettes. I was stealing fucking booze at 14, though. I would have played sports, but they all wanted, all the coaches were like, you gotta cut your hair. I'm like, I'm not cutting my fucking hair, man. I didn't see any sense in that, BB. And now, if you watch the NFL, half of the dudes out there got long hair poking out under their helmet. Yeah, a couple of the coaches looked sketchy too, kind of questionable looking dudes. So I don't know. I didn't trust those guys, but I wasn't cutting my hair either way. They did that shit with my buddy Joe, and he didn't cut his hair either. They kicked him right off the fucking team. But yeah, this shit is fucking long as hell. Well, it was pretty long then, not quite as long as now, but it was still pretty fucking long, and I wasn't cutting it. Yeah, yep, dreads or braids or whatever. But yeah, I didn't even tie it back when I was in high school unless I was doing something where it got in the way. But most of the time I just let it hang down. Now if I walk around the fucking house with it down, I end up walking into something. With my wrist fucked up, my girlfriend was brushing my hair for about fucking week and a half, tying it back. She kept trying to braid it. I'm like, no, it's wavy enough. I don't need braids or a braid. Oh fuck. Oh, what happened over there? Anyone that says that don't know who BB is. Like, what the fuck is loyal? You only go there? I mean, I don't know. I don't get it. Yeah, well, not everybody wants to fucking join anyone's Discord. I've never joined a fucking Discord. I could barely navigate the social media I already fucking use. I don't need to learn how to navigate another fucking platform or app or what the fuck ever. Fuck's sakes. Yeah, I mean, it keeps getting harder. I mean, basically, YouTube has been a thing so long that you got to do something really fucking good or different to be successful, you know? I mean, there's already fuck knows how many people, you know? Good, BB. Yeah, that's bullshit. I'll fucking go leave too. Yeah, that ain't gonna fly very long. Yeah, no fucking way, man. You're supposed to try to promote harmony amongst the people in your fucking group, you know? Like there's so much pointless personal bullshit people bring in with them, and it fucks them in the end, you know? And if you think about all the successful YouTubers, they found a niche, you know, they stuck to what they did well. And most of them, it didn't happen over fucking night, man. I mean, people put a lot of time and effort, some of them, into their videos with, you know, editing, and you know they do the whole lighting thing. Fucking yeah, you have to. It's like anything else. If you want to make money doing it, you gotta find a way to make money doing it. You know, it's like any trade. If it was as easy as a professional makes it look, everybody would do it. There would be no need for a professional. I used to run into that when I did kitchen and bathroom remodels. We go in there and we're done and out in 3 or 4 days, and they think they're getting ripped off. And it's like, what do you mean? I literally took your old bathroom and made it a brand fucking new one in 3 or 4 days, start to finish. Because then, you know, we knew what we were doing. Well, yeah, you know, like sometimes people know there's just no fucking point in making the attempt. You just do it for your own shits and giggles. I mean, I like talking to you guys because people in real life, more of them become assholes every day. So, like, I don't really associate with too many people, um, like in person, unless I have to. Yep, shits and giggles in Fantasyland. And that's another thing. People's own sick little fantasy lands get them like wrapped up, and I don't know. Just I don't have the imagination to make that shit up. Yeah, people definitely suck. I mean, dealing just with people in public sucks. Everybody's in their own little bubble. You know, no one else is in the grocery market or at the gas station. You know, it's just them. The whole store's there for them, so they, you know, park in the middle of the fucking aisle and walk around their cart looking for shit back and forth, or they have a little fucking community gossip club meeting. 2 or 3 or 5 people standing in a group. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? This ain't the place to do that. Other people need to get carrots and shit too, asshole. And then some stores have narrower aisles than others, and it seems like the slower people like to congregate in those aisles. But yeah, fuck, I hate shopping. Yeah, and you see all the shittiest people at the fucking grocery store. Like, around here, the kids, like fucking high school kids, get the handicap carts and run the fucking batteries out and then leave them in the middle of the parking lot. Or people I seen fucking dodging cars to run into the store, grab them. Like, what the fuck, man? I just saw your ass running. You don't need that fucking cart. You just don't want to walk around the store? Bro, they leave them right in the fucking parking spaces here. I don't know if they do that shit out where you are, but literally people will leave the fucking carts right in the parking space. Like, they'll be in the closest possible space to the store, where they just have to walk, fucking 30 feet to put the cart in the corral or, up against the wall of the store and just leave it in the fucking parking space. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you lazy cocksuckers, man? And that's not to mention the stupid shit you encounter on the road when you're driving to the fucking store. Now, I'm from the sticks, so like, I'm not really, even now after 10 years, I'm not used to just the amount of people in the square miles, and it seems that it just concentrates the fucking idiots. Like, I try to take back roads everywhere, so like, I don't know many of the main roads. So people are like, oh, you gotta take this road to that one. I don't fucking know that road, bro. I know this one and that one, so I don't have to hit 9 fucking red lights, and it limits my exposure to stupid people. Yeah, Hunter, I'm trying to get Alley Cat to invest in a military surplus vehicle. Something like a deuce and a half or something. Where you can, like, run over a Tesla or a fucking Honda Civic. Something with a bumper that sticks out fucking a foot and a half from the grill, So when you crease that motherfucker's car, you crease it really good. But yeah, there's people that'll park in the middle of the parking lot at the hospital. Like, there's painted sections, and there's space in between those sections to be able to turn and go down the other side of the, and they'll park right across that. Like, there's fucking 4 cars where they're not even parking spaces, man. Like, the security people don't do shit. I'm like, see, that's where you need that big fucking truck with that big bumper. But yeah, people pull out in front of you, people cut you off, don't use the signal lights. I'm behind the motherfucker at a green light, they're just sitting there. So I yell out the window like, yo, or if you're turning left, why don't you use your signal light? And oh, then they turned it on, like, yeah. So don't just sit there like a fucking idiot. Shit, the first year I was here, I was worried about getting pulled over for running stop signs, because there's one every fucking block on the side streets. So, like, the first, like I said, year, I'd run 3 or 4 blocks and realize, holy shit, I just ran 4 stop signs. But I hardly ever see people pulled over for shit like speeding or usual general traffic shit. Out in the country, that's all they got to do. It's all the cops have to do is pull over fucking traffic infractions. 99% of their business is that, and domestic violence is the rest, or probably 50-50 out there. But yeah, they definitely have more time on their hands to fuck with stupid drivers. Out here, it's like somebody might have just got shot or stabbed on the other side of town, and they need to go check that out. or to be available to be able to go check it out just in case it does happen. Yeah, I try not to leave the house. Yes, Hunter. Yes, and double checking, bro. Double checking. I don't know how anyone in their right fucking mind would ride a motorcycle in my town, but there's a lot of motorcycle riders. I'm like, dude, I don't know how there's not a lot of one arm, one leg former motorcycle riders the way these fuckers drive, man. Shit, I seen somebody crash at Walmart, right in front of the store. There's a lamp, a street light for the parking lot, and they got that concrete base. And someone tried to get around someone that stopped for another person walking across in front of them, and they ran right into that fucking thing at like 30 miles an hour. That was interesting. I don't know how he missed the big yellow concrete fucking pylon thing, but he did. Yeah, I don't see anybody coming to a complete stop at stop signs around here. Never. Fuck. It's a 30 mile an hour speed limit through our little hamlet here, and the cops come through here at like 50. Yeah, it's what other people don't do that fucks those of us that are trying to look out for ourselves and other people. Yeah, we do have a sheriff that lives a few houses away from me, but all that fucker does is he parks his, he's got a pickup truck. He parks it out on the road, so when I turn out on my fucking road, or my street, there's a big truck there, and we live in a little hamlet, and the roads are just big enough for two cars to pass by, and this fucker's got to park a big old truck out on the street. It's like, come on, man, you got a driveway. You can park it on a driveway. Park our fucking cars in a driveway. Yeah, exactly, BB. And they're never around when you think they should be. I did catch a state trooper get yelled at one day here, though. I was at a red light, and at this intersection, it's a three-way intersection, but what would be the fourth way if there was a road there was a driveway to what used to be a landfill and is now a solar farm. But people have to get in and out of the locked gate there. So somebody came to check that out, and there was a state trooper that used to sit there and catch people speeding because it's a 40 mile an hour speed limit, and nobody does 40 on that road. But I'm at the red light, and my windows are down, and I hear this guy yelling at the cop that he can't fucking sit there. Said something about him taking naps. He's like, we need to be able to get in and out of this thing at any fucking time of the day. And the guy's giving the cop a line of shit, and he had to fucking move. It was some county dude. But it was funny. Yeah, I've met some cool cops. I've met some asshole cops. Yeah, about 50-50 too, really. Some, about half of them were cool, half of them were dicks. And then about half of the ones that were dicks tried to play like they were cool, but they really weren't cool. I've met a couple cool ones out here. Actually, any interaction I've had with any cops out here, they were generally pretty cool. Um, but when you get out into the more rural parts of the state, yeah, they're more uptight. They're fucking just looking for an excuse to be an asshole. Yeah, I got pulled over for the license plate light being out. It was on Valentine's Day. I was going, well, a few years ago, I was going out to pick my son up for the weekend about 5 years ago. And yeah, the fucking cop was sitting in the bushes, comes out, turns his lights on. I know I wasn't speeding. And I'm like, fuck. Uh, Pull over. He's like, hey man, you got your tail lights out. I'm like, yeah, the fucking thing keeps rattling loose when I close the hatch. Um, and it blew the fucking light bulb. And he's like, yeah, I was just stopping to tell you. Didn't even ask for my license or nothing. He's like, just want to let you know, man. I'm like, okay, it was cool. But yeah, yeah, a lot of them. Mostly, it's like a Napoleon complex in my experience. Like the smaller cops seem to have something to prove when, you know, their head only comes up to the guy's chest that they're arresting. I've had a couple of those. Yeah, I don't know. I guess so. I mean, I didn't. As soon as he hit the lights, I pulled right over. I'm not trying to run the fuck away. But yeah, I think he just fucking wanted an easy night too. You know, no paperwork is always nice. And it was in a little tiny ass little one horse town. There's literally one traffic light in the center of town. You could probably throw a baseball from one end to the other. And the town cops in that town are real fucking hard asses. I'd rather get pulled over by a sheriff or a state trooper in that town any day, as opposed to the town cops. They seem to have a really big fucking chip on their shoulder. Yeah, but most of them in the town, like, you know, they have a fairly small police force, like two or three full-time police and the chief. But yeah, like they're the epitome of the people that are just looking for any reason to fuck with anybody. I mean, I remember being young, like 20, 21 years old. They fucking were sitting in the car in a parking lot waiting for a friend of ours to come out of his apartment across the street, and they pull up two cop cars. Well, a cop car and the chief of police in his personal vehicle pull up and take us out of the car. Oh, what are you guys doing? Oh, are you guys drinking? Do I smell weed? No. Well, you probably do, but you're not going to find any in the fucking car because we just smoked it. We're waiting for this kid so we can go get more, but we didn't tell him that. But yeah, like, fuck, man. We were just sitting there. It wasn't late at night. It wasn't, you know, like some 2 o'clock in the morning with a bunch of weird fuckers sitting in a car. But yeah, they just look for any reason to fuck with anybody. Yeah, I'm glad I don't live in that town anymore. My cousin used to love fucking with the town cops. Uh, he got an ATV, a four wheeler, and blacked it out. And when it would snow, he would ride it right through town, all over the place, like a bat out of hell. And he'd have every cop on duty chasing him. Yo, Monchichi, what's up, bro? But that was always cool. He'd come over to my house through the backyard, come in for a half an hour, smoke, get something to drink, something hot to drink, and then go back out and run him around town a little while. I'd go out on the porch and watch him go up and down fucking Main Street. Yeah, we're just shooting the shit, Munchichi. Yeah, that works pretty good. Oh yeah, hell yeah. My buddy's dad had a fucking had a Harley with straight pipes, and you could hear that guy from like 6 fucking blocks away. But he was always getting ticketed for the fucking thing. Like, why don't you just put fucking mufflers on it, too? But yeah, if they know the car is fast, they fuck with them. I seen a kid with his dad's new Corvette last year. Actually, no, it was the Camaro. It was the newer Camaro, and he almost lost it because it had a little more ass than he thought when he took off from the red light and went sideways, and ended up doing a 180 facing the way he just came from. Yeah, I went to North Carolina. I live in upstate New York, and I lived in North Carolina for like 6 months, and it snowed a couple times. Only once was it more than flurries, really. We had 3 inches, and yeah, you would see these guys with jacked up mud trucks fucking 100 yards off the road, fucking axles deep in a fucking soft ass sweet potato field. Stuck, just stuck all over. Fucking drove to town in a beat up fucking old Datsun pickup truck, and I did fine. I mean, they didn't have nothing to get the snow off the road with or anything, man. Like, people are doing their parking lots with like little bucket loader lawn tractors, or they'd have a guy with a backhoe come scrape off the gas station parking lot quick. But yeah, it was fucking crazy, dude. It was crazy. Like, I'm driving right along, doing the fucking speed limit and shit. And I see these four-wheel drive trucks fucking buried in mud and snow. It's like, what the fuck, man? But yeah, they don't know what they're doing in winter conditions down there. Yep. Yeah, yep. I remember my uncle had an old fucking, I think it was an old Nova. He had fucking cherry bombs on that, dual exhaust with cherry bombs. Fuck, man. 4 speed. Yeah, the old J-turns, man. Remember my buddy dropped his transmission on the fucking ground doing that in a 1980 Delta 88. Which sucked because that car fucking ran, man. That thing was pretty fast for a boat. I live on a back road now just outside of town, and you see them on the back road all the time. Dudes doing the smiley face burnouts with their motorcycles. A bunch of J hooks and one tire fucking burnout marks about 10 feet long. And then you get some nice ones. Somebody's got something that'll really lay rubber, and you'll see some really good heavy patches. But I feel bad for them because it's all like a little hollow, so I'm sure the sound carries like a motherfucker through there. Oh, shit. Yeah, definitely better outside than in, Monchichi. Have fun, buddy. Oh, shit balls. I missed one. Ugh. Oh, shit. The wrist is a lot better, BB. I can move it. It still hurts a little bit when I lift something, more than a few pounds, but much better than it was. I mean, I can brush my own hair and tie my own shoes now. But for about, a week and a half or 2 weeks, it was damn near useless. Like, I couldn't hold my coffee cup. I was doing everything left-handed. Everything I could left-handed. Yeah, it still wasn't as bad as the first time it hurt like that when I was diagnosed with tendonitis. I couldn't pick up a fucking pencil. I couldn't put enough force between my finger and my thumb to lift a pencil off the ground. At least I could do that. I mean, I just had to make sure my wrist wasn't moving too much when I did it, because it was fucking like getting smacked across the back of the hand with an iron rod or something. It hurt like fucking hell. You after up there, fish? Yeah, I mean, it makes you start thinking, if you had to lose an arm or a leg, which one would you be easier, to get over losing? I would much rather have to fucking lose a leg and have to relearn how to walk with a prosthetic or a crutch than not be able to use both of my hands. It's really fucking annoying. Yeah, it's a false eye on his tail fin to confuse predators. Other fish have it too. I'm not sure which ones do, but some bass, bluegill, things like that. Some of them have it too. Yo, Rocky, what's up, buddy? It's good to see you, man. But yeah, that's to confuse predators as to which end is the head and which end is the tail. Yeah, they're really pretty. I like them. For pretty cheap fish too, man. I think it was like $14. And my angels were like $20 a pop, and they were about the size of him when I got them. Yeah, I'm starting to think I should have got two though. I do have that 20 gallon that I grew him out in, and I don't think another one would be safe to put with him at the size well, maybe that 6 inches when I put him in there. But if not, I got a 55 I could set up quick too. No, I would just have to grow one out, BB, because the store I got him from, they only have small ones, like baby ones, which is cool with me. I'd rather get a tiny one and grow it. But I would have to grow it out for a couple of months probably before I could put it in there with him. And then I would have to watch it because it would still be quite a bit smaller than him. But I do have another uh, couple of options if I have to grow it bigger before I put it with him. I got a 55 gallon outside that holds water just fine, and I got a 75 tall, which is narrower than this. It's 12 inches front to back, but it's 33 inches deep, so it's another foot deeper than this one. But it could go in there until it's about his size, and then I would have to take it out because I would feel bad for giving it only 12 inches to turn around in. I mean, he's not too big for it. I mean, it's 4 feet across. Wish the glare wasn't so fucking bad, but I wonder if I turn those lights out, if it'll help with that. It's a little better. Not really. But yeah, he's got room now. They might fight if they're two males or two females, and there's ways to tell them apart. Well, there's ways to tell them apart fairly reliably, visually, but other than that, you have to. I forget what the fucking word is called for it. Something I'm not going to try to do. I'll find if I have to. I don't really want to breed them, but I think if they're given enough space, you'll be fine. But he should get along fine with another one. They'll establish which one is the bigger dick. I would feel better if I raised two together, but oh, the better half is still at work. I gotta go get her in like 20 minutes. When I head out a little early, I gotta hit the gas station. Well, I could actually just try to leave it fucking running and see what happens. But yeah, I was on Don's panel last night, and I picked her up, and I was on the panel still. It worked driving around town, so, well, across town anyway. And she didn't mind being on there as long as she wasn't on camera. So she chatted with Blue and Don a little bit. So she might make a guest appearance if I just leave it running and say fuck it, which is always a possibility. Have to charge the phone in the truck, but that's a possibility too. Yep. Yeah, we always tend to have a dick swinging contest of some kind or another. Oh, cool. There's one of the Raphael cats out. Oh, we're not out of gas. I just got to get refills for the vape cartridge, or more vape cartridges. She'll be more mad if I don't stop there and get them because she asked me to get some before I picked her up. I mean, they're pretty small fish, and he noses them, but he doesn't fuck with them too much. So, I mean, a smaller Oscar might be okay if I put a flower pot in there and made it a hide or something so it could get away from him if he's too much of a dick. But those catfish are getting pretty big too. If you move a little. If they're 4 inches or better now. I'm getting plump. The other one usually constantly pokes his head out over here, but the one that's swimming around might be that one. Yeah, I have run out of gas before. 5-mile walk to the gas station and back sucks. But not as bad as having a cop stop and ask you, oh, hey, you want to ride to the gas station? Well, you got a pocket full of weed. Yeah, he's basically the kingfish in that tank. I think I would have to make like a little tent right in front of this to keep the glare from the lights that are on it off, and I might have some luck. Oh, we're not going to run out of gas, bro. Don't worry about that. All else fails, I got a 5-gallon can out in the garage. It's for the mower, but it's the same shit we put in the truck, so. Yeah, I'm usually the one reminding her that we needed gas, so we're generally pretty good on that front. Ugh, I gotta bring my old dog downstairs. And there goes the phone. And yes, I dropped the phone. Yeah, I hate it too, though. She's back.
Do you have to stop to the store?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
You should have told me earlier. I would have ran out to the fucking nut house.
I don't like to ask you just for stuff, things like that.
But yeah, I'm probably gonna run out a little earlier to grab refills too. So,
Oh, all right.
like 15, 20 minutes.
Okay. I'll get a card.
No, not two-stroke. It's not mixed, BB. Oh. That's weed whacker gas. That's in a 1 gallon. So I don't fuck up the mix. But yeah, gotta carry the old dog down the stairs and back up. She misses steps sometimes. I think she's at least 90% blind. Solid, I hope so. I don't want to be wispy. I'm not like the fastest, most agile dude, but I can move around pretty good for a fat kid my size, and that surprises people sometimes. Yeah, I got manual hedge clippers though, the big scissor things like Brutus the Barber Beefcake had. We don't have hedges, so. Oh yeah, I'll definitely come over if I see you live, man. That's a nice old age for a pit. My aunt, actually, Munch was her name. She was white with brindle patches, and this 75-pound dog could pull my 200-pound ass across the yard by the stick, like drag me right across the gravel driveway. She was the biggest fucking sweetheart. My cousin brought her home when he was still living with his parents, and he got a place and he couldn't take her, so they kept her, and it was their dog. But yeah, she was I think 14 or 15, somewhere around there. But she didn't really slow down till she was like, I don't know, 13, 12 or 13. And then her joint started fucking with her. Like everything kind of hit her all at once. Old age caught up to her all at once. But she grew old gracefully. She was always a good girl. She never got grumpy with the kids or nothing. My brother's roommate had one that would fucking follow the car for like, it's like 2 miles to the end of the road. He would turn around at the intersection, but he would run like 35 miles an hour, that dog, right next to the car. Fucking insane. He'd go home after he got back from the 2 mile walk home. He fucking would sleep on the porch for about 3 hours. Yeah, he should, BB. I know you take good care of him. I mean, Bella was 10 years old when I met her, and she's at least 20 now. She might be 21. Allison's not 100% sure. But she's fucking old. Yeah, we've been doing that for her too. We got to sneak them in though. She was, I think 4, Allison said, when she got her, took her from her ex-brother-in-law, now ex-brother-in-law. But she was fed just human scraps, pizza crusts and fucking chips and just stupid shit. Pretzels. So she got her and got her eating dog food and everything. But yeah, it took me 3 months to make her friends with her. 3 months of living here and sharing just about everything I ate. Like every time we had dinner, I would be in there giving her a piece. And yeah, it took all of 3 months. Now she won't, now she's stuck up my ass. Allison got a little bit pissed because it's like she's your dog now. Like, I'm sorry, but I've always had dogs. I know dogs. I know how to win their trust. It took me a while. I was starting to get discouraged. Like most dogs don't not like me after a while. No, they can't live on that shit. But yeah, we switched her over because she started losing fucking teeth. She probably lost like 6, and we switched her over to mainly soft food, or we'll put a scoop of dry in there and then let it sit and get kind of mushy so she could eat it. But yeah, if we break up the pill or take the capsule apart and dump it in there and mix it in good, she'll eat it. But she does not fucking like taking pills or any of that shit, man. And she's little, so you can't, like a big dog, you can wrap up a fucking pill in a piece of ham. And that big dog's just gonna swallow it right back. He don't give a shit. But the little dog has to chew that up a little bit. Yeah, pedigree is good. I can't I think she uses that Rachel Ray shit. I don't know, but she gets different. I think we get her the Caesars wet food. There's another one too. Beneful, I think, is one of the soft foods she'll eat. But she's gotten kind of picky on those. There's only certain ones she will eat. And she won't eat that pate type shit, the mush. She won't eat that. It don't matter if you got gravy and shit on it. She's not gonna eat it. She likes the little chopped up meat texture, you know. So that's the kind of shit we give her. Or mom-in-law buys chickens and she'll put the chicken in the crock pot and let it cook for a really long time, and then she'll feed that to the dogs. Like, the dogs literally get a fucking whole roasted chicken every couple of weeks. Oh, I've pet so many dogs that people told me I couldn't pet because they would bite me, Hunter. Fucking junkyard dogs, a fucking bootlegger's dog. That's the only one that scared me was the Doberman the bootlegger had, because usually if you stare down a dog, that dog's gonna look away eventually. I never lost eye contact with that dog, and I had him on his back, let me rub his belly and shit, but he would not stop staring me in the eyes, and the second I turned around, he was at the end of that chain trying to get me. But the guy bet me $25 I couldn't fucking pet his dog, and I told him I'll have him laying on his back in 10 minutes, dude, and it was 5 minutes. But he was mean to that dog. That dog was really just there to watch out for his, cases of liquor that fell off the truck. Yeah, most dogs I've had, Will, these guys are a little bit particular, man. But I kind of blame it on mom-in-law because she spoils them. So, yeah, I got a buddy who breeds bulldogs that makes his own dog food, and once a week, like, his wife has to take the kids out of the house and like for the day, because whenever he makes it, he has to deep clean every fucking thing so they don't smell it when when they get home. But it's got all kinds of like organ meats and shit in it. It doesn't look good, but the dogs fucking love it. Yeah, patience is a big thing, and not being afraid. But you if it's a questionable animal, dog or cat or anything, you try to give it time to come to you on its own terms, and then after that, shit'll go a lot easier. Yeah, it looks gross. It's like a gray, it's like a gray mush. I think he puts like wild rice and shit in it. He goes to town, but it's not fucking pleasant. I'm glad I had never stopped over when he was making that shit. Like he's got to wear a mask. Yeah, I don't know if I'd fuck with beavers. Well, I'm gonna run to the store. I'm gonna leave this going and see if it works. Ugh. So y'all can take a ride in the car with me. Ugh. Fuck. Alright, I'm heading out. OJ and half, you said?
Went out of my head. I don't know what I was thinking.
Oh, I'm gonna call the home, Joyce.
I'm gonna call. I have no idea.
Well, text me
Okay.
or her if you think of it. Oh, that was my mother-in-law, Alley Cat's mom. I gotta let her know that we got the home on speed dial. She's getting old, starting to get forgetful and shit. All right. Fucked if I can hang on to the phone. All right. Fuck it. I can't remember. I think she's 73. Turn the air conditioner. down. Yeah, she she is on top of things for the most part, but she gets too many thoughts at once and ends up losing one of them. So there was a third thing on her shopping list that she couldn't remember.